Hello all, welcome to Tally Technology videos. Today we will explore the newly introduced capability in TDL called Progress Bar, which is a new enhancement in Tally Prime Release 5.0. In this video, you will understand how this new capability caters for an enhanced progress bar. Different operations in the product have progress bars, which display details of the progress or task completion. With this enhancement, you can display different kinds of details, such as activity name and progress status. This feature is mainly used in connected GST. Additionally, we will learn about the new capability introduced in TDL. We will now glance through the application of this feature in Tally Prime. Let us see how the existing progress bar is in Tally Prime. When you load a company, you can see progress bar. As you can see, the progress bar is shown, but it is not detailed. You can also check existing progress bar when we update GST details. We have come up with this enhancement to provide a detailed progress bar. With this feature enhancement, we are introducing a new definition called progress bar, along with 8 attributes and 10 actions. We will learn about each of these in detail in this video. Let's start with the basics. The progress bar definition. Do you know about the existing progress bar capability in TDL? Let me tell you, those are actions which can be used based on your requirement to show progress only in one stage. The new progress bar definition provides application developers with the capability to set activity name, context, process name, progress indicator, and stages for the progress bar window. It has 8 attributes under it, namely activity name, context, subcontext, process name, progress indication, total count, stages and use. First attribute we have is activity name. This attribute is used to specify the activity name to be shown to the user in the progress bar. This is a mandatory attribute. The syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is activity name, followed by defining name of the activity. The next attribute we have is context. It is used to specify the context to be shown in the progress bar. The syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is context, followed by defining name of the context. The next attribute we have is subcontext. It is used to specify the subcontext to be shown in the progress bar. The syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is subcontext, followed by defining name of the subcontext. The next attribute we have is process name. It is used to specify the process name to be shown in the progress bar. The syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is process name, followed by defining name of the subcontext. The next attribute we have is progress indication. It is used to show the progress indicators during progress. The syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is progress indication, followed by the name of the progress indication. The next attribute we have is total count. This attribute is used to specify total number of items being processed. This is a mandatory attribute. If the count is not known, it can be set to 0, and the syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is total count, followed by defining the total step count. The next attribute we have is stages. It is used to specify the list of stages in the progress. Minimum 2 stages must be specified for stages to be drawn in the progress window. The syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is total stages, followed by defining stages with their label. The next attribute we have is use. This attribute is utilized to specify reuse of an existing definition, and the syntax for the same is as shown: attribute name, which is use, followed by defining existing definition name. Let's see how the definition is defined in TDL code using its attributes. As you see on the screen, we have TDL code for progress bar. In this code, we have added a menu item with title progress bar, and we are calling TSP_LSMP progress bar function, which we will understand going further. Now let's see how we can define progress bar definition. Since the goal is to create stock item with this activity, the progress bar for the same is as follows. Let's see in the code how attributes are being used to alter the definition. Let's begin by creating a definition named TSP_LSMP progress bar. For the current activity, termed stock item creation, we'll establish this definition within the progress bar activity name attribute, as demonstrated in the code. Similarly, if we desire item master as our context name, we'll designate it as the context attribute. For the subcontext name, item master creation, we'll specify it accordingly under the subcontext attribute. The process name, creating summary, is what we aim for, hence we've assigned it to the process name attribute. In terms of the total count, we've set it to 100 items to be processed, as indicated in the total count attribute. To label the 4 stages, we've defined them as batch 1, 0 to 100, batch 2, 101 to 200, batch 3, 201 to 300, batch 4, 301 to 400. The same is defined under stages attribute. But the progress bar is not just about display, it is about functionality. Let us explore some of the key actions available and define functions using action so that we can see how these capabilities will reflect in application. Progress bar comes up with a certain set of actions along with the attributes mentioned. We would be looking into each of these actions and what they do in detail. The first one being initialize progress bar action, which allows developers to set up the progress bar object and define its stages and relevant text using a progress bar definition specified in the parameter. The syntax of the same is displayed on the screen. As in the code, you can see that TSP_LSMP progress bar has been initialized as an object for the progress bar. Next, we have the progress bar update activity name action, which enables developers to update the activity name displayed in the progress bar window. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. Further, we have progress bar update context action, which allows application developers to update the context name displayed in the progress bar window. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. Similarly, the progress bar update subcontext action helps application developers with updating subcontext names to be displayed in the progress bar window. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. Next, the progress bar update process name action, which enables application developers to update the process name displayed in the progress bar window. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. Now, we have the progress bar update progress indication, and this action helps developers with updating the progress indicator in the form of a tick to be displayed in progress bar window. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. Like in the code, the progress bar update progress indication is set to created, so once the entire if loop is executed and the conditions are satisfied, the final output will come as created, with the count of all the items created. Moving ahead to the next action, which is the progress bar set items done action, that allows application developers to update the total number of items or steps completed, which is reflected in the progress bar window. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. So, in our code, we have set the value of progress bar set items done to ## counter. Further, the progress bar set active stage action provides application developers an option to set active stages. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. In our code, we have set the value of progress bar set active stage to ## v stage count, which will make the stage active currently being executed. And lastly, the Finalize Progress bar action provides application developers an option to end the progress and release the resource when a task is completed. The syntax for the same is displayed on the screen. The final output of the same code would be same as it is displayed on the screen in front of you, as it was the requirement stated at the beginning. And there you have it. With these attributes and actions, you can harness the full potential of the progress bar to track and manage tasks effectively. Thanks for watching.